Welcome back to the Fantasy Endgame. I'm Pierre, here to help you with fantasy baseball draft prep. I'm going to go over my top 10 hitting prospects for the 2022 season. I'm going to count down my top 10 with number 10, and that is Triston Casas of the Boston Red Sox. So you like Bobby Dalbec? Got that power swing? How about a little slightly bigger, stronger version of him, but with a better hit tool? That's right, Casas is a guy with only 19% strikeout rate at both double and triple A, and he has better raw power, just a little bit, than Dalbec. So he's gonna have to fight for playing time, obviously, but he can absolutely earn a spot either playing DH or at first base. So this is somebody with that swing that could absolutely clear the fence on multiple occasions in a powerful lineup. So Casas is a guy definitely to look out for. All right, number 9, let's go with another power bat. This time talking about Nolan Jones of the Guardians. So playing primarily third base, but he could see some time at DH. The Guardians kind of in flux right now in their offense. There could be opportunity for at-bats here. He is ready. Looks like he's pretty much done what he can in the minors. There's a guy with massive raw power. He does have some swing and miss to his game, unlike Casas. But he also has a patient approach. He takes a lot of walks, double-digit walk rate throughout the minors. So if you're playing in an OBP league or a points league, well, you know what? Not going to hurt you quite as much. So Jones is somebody who you can keep an eye on, has 25 to 30 homer upside, even as a rookie. So I like Nolan Jones at number 9. All right, number 8, I'm going to go with Bryson Stott of the Philadelphia Phillies. A lot of the appeal here is immediate playing time. He could conceivably be the starting shortstop on opening day. He's going to have a chance to win that job throughout spring training, so we'll see if that happens. 6'3", 200 pounds shortstop, a guy who has some pop, right, but also a decent hit tool and some speed. Kind of a good blend of everything. He doesn't stand out in one particular tool, but he's somebody who can fill up the stat line. And look, if he's part of that Philadelphia lineup every day, even if he starts at the bottom of the order, he's got a good chance to be productive in roto leagues. So Bryson Stott, number 8. All right, number 7, let's go with Vidal Brujan of the Tampa Bay Rays. You want speed? You got speed here. So Brujan is somebody who has elite stolen base upside, but he's got to get on base first. He really didn't do that. Debuted last year and it didn't go so well. Could barely get on base, was sent back down. He did okay after being sent back down in the minors. We'll see what happens. Now, I would have liked it better if he would be coming in as a middle infielder. Initially a second baseman, now looks like he's only qualifying at outfield. Just picked him up in an NFBC league as a 5th outfielder, and so that's okay. It's still worth its shot because, again, you're looking for that 20-30 steal upside. He's definitely got it. Of course, with Tampa Bay, playing time always a question because we don't know how they're going to mix and match players. He's not necessarily going to be a guy who, even if he cracks the opening day roster, is going to be on the field, 5 or 6 times a week. But again, that's speed, right? And he does have a pretty good bat to go with it. His power is going to develop with time, but right now for this year, I'm going to put him tentatively at number 7. All right, number 6. Here we go. Let's cue up the comments and the hate, because I got Julio Rodriguez only at number 6. Why? Playing time, right? It's the Mariners. We know what they've done with service time manipulation in the past. Even a guy like Jared Kelenic, we thought would debut a little earlier last year. It took a little while. He did play at least half the season, but even then, he kind of hurt you at first. I know this firsthand experience, that low batting average sink. A lot of these uber prospects don't necessarily come in and light it up right away, okay? So I get that Rodriguez, for a lot of you, is the top prospect in the game, at the very least a top 3 prospect. It doesn't necessarily mean he's the top prospect for this year. So I'm looking at whether he's even going to be on the opening day roster, how long it's going to be before he debuts. We know what he can bring to the table, right? He's got massive 70 grade power. He is a legit 5-tool player. So he absolutely could be an every year all-star. But will it happen this year? I don't know. He's still pretty young. Right now, I'm going to put him at number 6. All right, number 5, let's go with Detroit Tigers, the first of a couple. Riley Green, a guy who also could be an annual all-star. And right now, center field could be his. I think eventually he'll move to the corner. He's got some 60 grade power, but also 60 grade hit tool. So this is not somebody who's going to just sell out for power. He's not relying on that. So this is somebody who's well balanced. He does have some sneaky speed. that's not necessarily one of his plus tools, but even in the minors, half a season at Double A, he stole 16 bases. He's an efficient, smart runner. Don't count on the stolen bases, though. Count on a high average. Could go as high as 290, 300, even as a rookie. That Detroit lineup is going to be sneaky good, too, because of some of the additions they've made, and along with another guy that I'm about to talk about right now. I got Riley Green, number 5. All right, next up is a guy that you're just going to love to watch. It's rare you see a 6'7" shortstop, but we got Oneil Cruz of the Pittsburgh Pirates there. Appeared in 2 games at the very end of last season and showed pretty well. So we've seen what he can do. He didn't seem phased whatsoever by major league pitching. I mean, the tools, he's got tools to spare, right? He's got the size to hand the frame, even though it's a skinny frame right now, but he's got the length and the power that he can go deep. And he also has pretty decent speed considering his size. At the Double A level, he hit .310, 17 home runs, 19 stolen bases. That's pretty good. Pittsburgh is not good, but that does give him an easy path of playing time. Expected to be the shortstop, from the jump. The counting stats, well, maybe they won't be coming in bunches right away, but man, this guy's ceiling, we don't even know what it is yet. So right now, I do like the fact that he should get a boatload of at-bats, potentially at the top of the order. So I got Oneil Cruz, number 4. All right, number 3. The other Detroit Tiger I was kind of referring to earlier, and it's Spencer Torkelson, former number 1 pick. I mean, he's ready to take over first base. Miggy's still there. He's going to DH, but Torkelson is now the first baseman of the future. I mean, the power is legit. Power will play right away. Batting average, that's another question. We'll see what happens. It's possible he never becomes more than 270, 275 hitter. But again, with that upside, I think it's okay. There's a trade-off worth taking. So thinking about maybe Pete Alonso type power, maybe not quite that much, but you know what? This is a guy who absolutely could be even a starter in redraft leagues if you're willing to take a shot on a rookie. Torkelson, he has that pro readiness. He's got a mature approach to the plate. He's somebody who will swing and miss on occasion. That comes, kind of with the territory when you're a power hitter, but he's somebody who I think absolutely could step in and be a contributor right away. So Torkelson, number 3. All right, next up, we have another former number 1 pick, and that's Adley Rutschman of the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, if you have a catcher who can put up elite offensive stats, right there, that makes you want to draft him. Somebody who should be starting for the Orioles throughout the season. I mean, he kind of laughed at the minor league levels with the pitching there. Had an easy time, Double A. He actually had just as many walks as strikeouts at the Double A level, and then he hit .317 at Triple A. He's got power. He's got the hit tool. He's a pretty good defender. That'll keep him out there on a regular basis. I mean, everything you would possibly want. And again, a catcher with that kind of upside, that's what you're looking for. Number 2, only because my number 1 prospect right now is Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals. Shortstop by trade. Now, there's some question about whether when he fills out a little bit more, he gets moved to the corner infield. It doesn't really matter. This is a guy who has everything you would want. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got a cannon for an arm, which is why he'll play at short probably initially. And he's probably going to hit at the top of the lineup too. You know what? Adalberto Mondesi, who knows if he's even going to be in the regular lineup. That's not something to worry about. They can mix and match that infield to suit his needs. Bobby Witt Jr. is a guy who should be a star from the jump. So absolute potential to be a fantasy stud right now. So Bobby Witt Jr. is the number 1 hitting prospect for me in 2022. All right, that does it for the top 10 hitting prospects. Don't forget to check out our pitching edition as well. We're going to keep it locked here all off season long because we're here to help you win fantasy baseball. All right, thanks for watching.